Ladies and gentlemen, support for this podcast is brought to you by marketsquawk.co.uk, powered by Live Squawk. Market Squawk is your on-demand, pay-as-you-go data service. Market Squawk, powered by livesquawk.co.uk. Second sponsor for the evening, xbrain.co.uk. They are our Viking brothers. They give us protein, collagen, brain pills. Unfortunately, no hair growth pills for me, but whatevs. xbrain.co.uk. Fighting Words saves you 30% off all Xbrain branded products. It is our pleasure to be joined by like a myth, a legend, anyone that comes out with a serious mask. You have to respect that. That is an agent of karma of the highest order. Regis Prograis. How are you, dude?
I'm doing good, bro. Like I said, I'm in the middle of cooking and stuff like that. I just finished sparring. So, I'm back at the house right now, just making my meals and stuff. That's all.
Now, the question immediately is that because you love to cook or because you refuse to pay up for the nutritionist in-house? Because we all see them, boys.
No, man, you know what? Like, so every time I come to camp, I start my camps in LA, right? So every time I come to camp, we always go to the store, we buy all kinds of food and all kinds of stuff. And then you know what? We go out every day. Like every single day we go out to eat. And so it's like we always, every time I come to California, when we leave the house, it's just so much stuff in the cabinets that we just bought the first day, and then we go out to eat every day. So now I have one more week here, then I go back home to Texas. So I'm trying to cook some of this food so I can get it, so we don't have so much stuff just left over, because we always leave the house with cabinets full of food all the time.
Perfect. Obviously, I think it's only fair that we start out with your next fight in March in Dubai.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now, as a Brit and, a pretty serious fight fan, I didn't really know too much about Tyrone McKenna, right? And I'm like, he's fighting Regis? And then it was like, I saw him on the interview that you did with you and him and IFL. And I was like, he is talking a lot of shit for someone that's, like, no disrespect to him, he's not been at world level yet, where you've done and done and done. And like, this is someone with 2 KOs talking about knocking out. Like it was, hey, respect, selling the fight. Now I want to see,
Exactly. I mean, you gotta hype yourself up, man. He can't go in there thinking, he gonna lose. He gotta hype himself up. So this is a big step up for him. But the thing is, man, like I'm more worried like about him than I will be with Josh Taylor. You know why? Because like if I don't take him serious, because a lot of people, they don't take opponents seriously. So if I don't take him serious and I go out there and an upset happens, look at what happened with Mikey Garcia, right? Mikey didn't take the dude Sandor Martin seriously. Mikey trained. I talked to Mikey, so Mikey trained for like a month, barely sparred, didn't do nothing. He thought he was just gonna walk the dude down, and the dude ended up winning. So and I don't want that same thing to happen with me, man. Every opponent you gotta train, like it's the opponent, So, and then of course, if the fight is easy, then I mean, it'll be cool if the fight is easy and stuff like that. But I know I put the work in, and I train my ass off. So I can't look at him like it's a stepping stone. I mean, I do, but I don't look at it. I look at everybody's stepping stone to become a world champion again, but I'm not looking at him to where like, oh, he's just a tomato can and I'm just gonna run through him. I don't look at him like that. Like at the end of the day, he's a man, he's a fighter. So, of course, he hasn't fought on the world level like I have fought on. I was a world champion, wasn't one in the world before. So he wasn't, he never got to that level, but still, upsets can happen in boxing, and that's how it happens. So, I mean, listen, I'm taking everything seriously.
Yeah, I saw him. I think it was at the Golden Contract or something. I saw him fight. He's got great skill. He just ain't Regis. So that's going to be a tough night at the office for him.
It'll be a tough night. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough night for him. I told him I'm gonna break your face. I told him I'm gonna break. I told him I'm gonna whoop you good. I told him that for sure.
You're right. He does look like the Unabomber, or that one Mexican dude who's kind of werewolf. He kind of got that look about him, but has been shaved.
Yeah.
He's got that look about it. To be fair, it looks like a little bit like The Mask, honestly. that you've got that you come out in. It's more on that line, isn't it? Bless him.
Exactly. So it's gonna be. I can't wait to see him face to face, man. It's gonna be a fun press conference.
At Dubai. Now, I've never been. I've got a bunch of people that have been. They say it's amazing, very strange, very alien to but whatever. But they love their fights. They absolutely love their fights, and they're doing anything and everything in that whole region to pump this up. So, you've gone from Triller, and now you're on Problemum, yeah?
Yeah, we're Problemum now. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Have you signed with them? Because I know you've been astonishingly like a free agent. Yeah.
I'm with Probellum now. Mm-hmm.
Love that. So, they have reach, resource, and access. And like you, I remember seeing you interviewed years and years ago talking about how you want to go all over the world. You want to fight all over the world. Like you had no issue in coming to the UK to fight Taylor. Like, this is something that you're all about.
Right. Exactly. And that's exactly why I signed with them. It was three things. They told me, I'll stay busy. That's one thing I always like. I want to stay active. I want to stay busy. I train almost year round, except when I travel, I'm always training, like at home. So I want to stay busy. That's one thing they told me. They told me, I will fight around the world. I just won't fight in the US, in my home country. I will fight around the world. And the third thing they told me, I'll be fighting for another title in the year 2022. Most likely I'll be a world champion again in 2022. So that was those three things you sold me. Where do I sign? And that's what I did.
So I actually wanted to brush on that because you said that about that before. So, you were ranked number 1, light welterweight.
Mm-hmm.
Came up short against Josh Taylor. In my opinion, you had that by at least one round, maybe 2. It was a very close fight. It was a great fight, but I actually had you personally winning. I'm not just saying that to fluff you because you're there. In fact, I've always said that. Right. Then for some reason, you essentially you should be number 2. We don't really hear from you for quite a while. And it feels as a fan like you're one of those guys that Abubu Andrade, avoided, open, intelligent, can speak, can do the bits for themselves. And like, I don't want to say a threat, but like we were hearing that you was on PBC, then PBC, nothing really happened with PBC. What happened between the Taylor fight and to like up to now? Because it seems like you've either chosen to take time off or you've, had a real struggle getting bouts.
It never was my fault. I want to stay active. It definitely was never my fault, man. So first off, the whole pandemic happened, right? So the thing was, I was supposed to fight after the Taylor fight. I was supposed to fight Maurice Hooker.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and then
great fight.
Me and him, the main event in Baltimore, something like that, somewhere up north. So me and him were supposed to fight. Then pandemic happened. So that fight, that fight was scrapped. Then after that, they tried to bring it back, and then he got too big. So he said he wants 147. I said, I want to be a champion again at 140. That was my whole thing. I just went off. I was like, what the hell happened? So I just went outside.
Thank you. Yeah, you were saying, so like you wanted to stay busy, and then a couple of fights fell through. The last thing we heard before it cut off was the Maurice Hooker got too big.
Yeah, so that was the thing. That's what happened with Maurice Hooker. So, he said he got too big. He can't make it. Me and him, actually, we FaceTime each other. Well, not me personally, but my brother in New Orleans, he FaceTime, and Maurice Hooker was like, let me see if I can make the weight. And obviously, they couldn't make the weight. He got too big over pandemic or something like that. So that was scrapped. Then after that, I was just looking for a fight, and then they put me on the thing. And I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all, I just felt like I was treated like definitely unfairly, After that, they put me on like an undercard of like Gervonta Davis. I wasn't even like the co-main event. They put me on that under like Barrios and stuff. And then, I fought on the whole Triller thing. So, but that's just how it is in boxing. That's just the sad reality of it, So for me, it's just about like building myself up. But the whole time, boxing was going, boxing wasn't going good for me, I guess. I fought those 2 fights, but it was just like kind of like non-meaningful fights. And of course, the thing is with me, nobody wants to fight me. Nobody wants to fight. We try to fight anybody. I say anybody. For me, I say anybody at 140. The whole world, anybody at 140.
I will fight him. You know, my thing is to be a world champion again. 2-time world. Right now, my goal is to be a 2-time world champion at 140. So it doesn't matter. No name. I don't care. Whoever you put in front of me, I will fight him to become a champion again. That was it. But nobody was anxious to fight me. Even people doing interviews and stuff. Like, man, nobody was saying my name. Nobody. I'm like, damn, like, am I really that scary? Nobody wants to fight me at all. You know, so it just kind of, you know, and I know it's hard it's kind of hard to manage me because, like I said, nobody wants to fight me. So, you know, I respect Tyrone McKenna for even, you know, stepping up to fight because nobody else seems like they want to fight no time soon.
But I mean, like, yeah, I'm surprised you haven't had offers from the Matchrooms, the Top Ranks. I mean, I know PBC, you were kind of linked to them for a bit because, like, even Matchroom, like you fought on a massive show on a Matchroom card, and like they like the fighters that bring noise. Like, I'm just shocked. I don't quite understand what the barrier is because, like, you seem like a promotional dream.
Yeah, because often we see it with the people, they have the skill, but they're not the full package, or they have the talk, but they don't have the skill. And legitimately, like we were saying off air, we've mentioned you a bunch of times on the pod, like you see your name on a fight, you know it's going to be fucking fireworks, you know it's going to be entertaining build up. And when it gets to the ring, skills are going to be on display. So, I mean, grateful to McKenna for, you know, at least we get to see you back in there. And hopefully with the new signing, like they said, they'll keep you busy, which is amazing. Boxing wins by having people like you in the ring all the time.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what happened, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I just don't know. I don't know why nobody didn't want to sign me and stuff like that. But I'm glad that Probellum came in, and Probellum, you know, they have this is going on because I mean, sometimes when you wait, you get better things, you know. Like I mean, I think it's a Bible verse or something like that. Good things to wait, you know. So I mean, that's kind of I guess I wait. I stay busy, and I mean, I guess since I fought stay busy enough. I guess I stayed as I wanted, but you know I had 2 fights since that, and so now I'm glad that you know the whole thing with Probellum is coming together, and you know they're gonna keep me busy, and I'm gonna fight all around the world. So, you know, this is my dream. Basically, this is something that I always wanted. Like I said, 3 things. You know, become a world champion again. Fight, stay active, and fight around. I mean, I think that was it was meant to be like this.
Have they said anything about Tank's WBA? Because like it doesn't look like he's even close to defending it. He looks quite comfortable at 135. You know, like
oh yeah, right. I don't know what's going on with that either with Gervonta. I mean, I think that me and him could be a huge fight. You know, maybe down the line, but that'll be a real big fight. And I mean, I tell y'all too. Like for me, I'm gonna fight Tyrone McKenna. This is my plan. I want to fight Tyrone McKenna. After that, become a world champion. Fight for the belt. Right after this fight for the belt. Become a world champion again in 2022. And then after that fight, I will want to fight Josh Taylor again or Gervonta Davis. And if I don't get those fights, I'll retire and become an actor. Hey. I'll tell it to y'all right now. I retire. I have all the plugs in Hollywood right now, so I can I can get in movies anytime I want to. I know all the big dogs out here, so they can put me in movies anytime. So if they don't give me the rights, you know, I'll just go ahead and do the movie thing.
What's the plan for camp then? You said you're going back to Houston in a week, and then
I go back
over to Dubai.
Yeah, I'll be back in Houston for about 2 weeks, and then over to Dubai. Mm-hmm.
Epic. You're going to be linking up with Roy for this one or not?
Well, Roy, me and Roy we just holler at each other and talk. I mean, I went train with Roy just like 2 times. That's all out in Pensacola. But I mean, I still have my regular trainer, Bobby Benton, and I have I trainer out here called Julian Chua. So I train with those 2. But I'm still cool with Roy. I mean, him talk all the time. So you know, I just text him certain things, and he'll text me certain things, and we just we cool. But I'll probably after the fight, I do like to go out to Pensacola and train with him and stuff.
Nice.
I think, sorry to even bring this up, but with the Taylor fight, we had a question on our Instagram, which was, it came in a few too many times, right? And it was, what would you have done differently? And would you have changed anything in the prep to it differently for that fight? But
Of course, of course. I mean, I had a lot of stuff. You know, I mean, it's just like when you say things like that, it's like you don't want to say, "Oh, this is an excuse." You know, that's the only thing. It's like I would say certain things, but people would take it like, "Oh, that was an excuse." But I mean, it was a lot of stuff. First off, I was in London for me too long. Like I was really excited to go there. I was like, oh, I'm pumped to go to London. After about a week, I was miserable. I'm not gonna lie. I was like miserable because I was coming from, you know, and at the time, London was like cold and rainy.
It always is, bro. We're so jealous.
Mate, it's cold and rainy in August, dude.
I know. I was like, man, it was cold and rainy, and I'm coming from, you know, I was living in LA at the time. So I'm coming from this type of weather, and we go to London. And so, like I said, the first week I was real excited. Then after that, I was just like, I don't want to be here. I didn't want to be. And I was terribly bored. Like I mean, I'm a reader, right? So I think I read like 3 books in probably like 2 weeks or something like that. Like, I mean, I know some authors and stuff. Yeah, I know some authors and stuff like that. They gave me some books. I know Don McRae.
Let me guess. It was Negotiation by Donald Trump, The Secret, and Eat, Pray, Love.
None of those. I read The Secret though, but a long time ago. But it was like boxing books. It was one book about Andy Lee. It was another book y'all have. It's a fighter out there called. His name was Gomez. He was called the Irish Mexican.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I read his book. I read Andy Lee's book, and then read another book, and I finished those. I mean, I was literally just stuck in my room in the Airbnb. I was just stuck, and I was just reading, and I was so bored out there, you know. So it was, that's one thing. And I mean, at the same time, like as far as in the fight, I should just box. Like I had an easy time boxing, but for me, like I'm a fighter by heart, and I love to just go in there and fight. And that was definitely the wrong thing to do, you know, against Taylor, you know, because he had a good game plan. He came out and, you know, he made me fight. He made me fight his fight basically, and that was just the wrong game plan. But I'm so hard-headed, and I'm just like a bull. I just want to go in there and just fight. It's like, all right, we're gonna lock horns. That's what we're gonna do. All right, let's do it. And I did that, and it was more. I mean, like I said, the fight was close. It was going back and forth. But if I would have boxed, I could have made it way easier. I remember coming out the first like 3 or 4 rounds. I was boxing, hitting with body shots. I remember him like hurting and stuff like that. All his ribs and stuff was red. Then after that, he kind of got in on me, and then that's when we start fighting. So I should have never did that. And like I said, it was going back and forth, but it could have been a lot easier. And even on that note, like one of my trainers and stuff like that, I felt like, and I talked to him about this, so I can put it out there. I felt like, you know, he should have had like more urgency in the corner. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you know, like way earlier. But I mean, that's just how it is, you know. And then it's just, I felt like sometimes I did feel like they set me up a little bit when I was going out there, because all my people was like way in the back. Like usually my
just
people,
home
like,
fighter tricks, and it's just the standard stuff.
Exactly. You know, they had all my people like way in the back. I couldn't hear them. And usually I have like my people front row, and I can hear them. Like my mentality is different to if my people, my New Orleans people, they be like, man, you losing, what you doing? Like I'm the type of person to where I don't take that, you know, I don't take that. Like I'm a get up. You have to, my mentality, my personality, like you have to scream at me, and you have to like really light a fire under my ass. And at the time, my trainers didn't do it. So I mean, it was a few things, you know, that, of course, that I learned from the Taylor fight. But like I said, man, everything happens for a reason. It's, you know, it's done now, and it is what it is.
Listen, you realize that if you get a rematch with Taylor, he's going to make sure it's in like impossible January, December. He's going to make sure that you're freezing the whole you know, and he's going to be out. He's going to be sending you pictures of him like laying out, just like mid-December, shorts, t-shirt, just chilling, you know.
Right. Yeah. Listen, I'm not opposed to the cold. I'm definitely not opposed.
It's different
to the cold.
here though, and it's damp.
Yeah, it was damp. It was wet. It was just like,
it's miserable, man. It's miserable.
Yeah, he's Aussie. Like he's from Australia. Like I'm like, what are you doing here?
Exactly. It was just like, bro, I just wanted to go home, and I didn't have none of my people there at the time, like all my family. I was missing my kids. Just a lot of stuff just went on. I was just like, I want to get this over with. I want to get out of here, you know, and that was all. You know, he was like comfortable. He was in his comfort zone, and I wasn't. That's all.
Nice.
As always, though, massive respect for doing it in someone's backyard. You know, that's massive, especially a fight that big.
Yeah.
That's always got to be respected, man.
Yeah. I feel like they suckered me into it a little bit, you know, because like leading up to the fight, right? We was talking about where the fight gonna be, and I remember like all like the English and the Scottish people, they was like, you scared to come here, you don't want to come here, and you scared. And I said, you know what? I'm coming to England. I don't care where the fight is. I'm coming there. And that's, I feel like really I got suckered into it a little bit, because I was like, my nuts so heavy to all right, you said I'm scared, I'm gonna show you. I'm not scared to come nowhere. And so, you know, but thinking now, I could have definitely been smarter, and it you know, we could have put the fight somewhere else. But like I said, it's all past now, and you know, everything happened for a reason.
The atmosphere of that fight, though, is that something? Have you had that before? Because that, like, big fights at the O2 is just like it's like a Coliseum vibe. It's just heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know another venue like it.
I mean, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I knew I was getting what I was getting myself into. It wasn't like, oh, I know I'm gonna be the hometown fighter. I knew it was happening. When they said my name, they booing me, and it was 18, almost 20,000 people in the stadium that night. So I mean, I knew what I was getting myself into. But I give massive respect to Josh, because I still thought I was gonna knock Josh Taylor out. I really thought that. That's why I was like, I don't care where the fight gonna be at. You know, I was like, I'm gonna knock him out. I really thought I was gonna stop him. You know, and he changed the game plan on me. He took my punches and stuff. And, you know, he made me fight a different type of fight than I was used to. So it's like, for me now, it's all a learning experience. Now I learned my lesson from doing that, you know, because, and, you know, it's just the sad thing in life. When you learn a lesson, you need L's basically in life. You need L's to make you better at things. But in boxing, you know, you take an L and it's like people kind of look down on you, you know, that's how it is. But in life, in real life, you need L's, and that's how you learn from it. If I would have won that fight, I wouldn't have learned nothing from it, probably, right? If I was like, I wouldn't have learned nothing from it, you know. But now when you lose, that's when you really learn your lesson. So I mean, for me, man, I wouldn't take nothing back. It was his night. That's kind of, and a lot of people say, when you, like, how does it feel to lose and stuff? And I just accepted that was his night. That was it. I feel like I couldn't have did nothing that was to take away from his night. You know, I know his father-in-law died. Oh shit.
You back.
You back.
Hello? Y'all back? All right. Yeah. No, somebody was calling. So I know his father-in-law died, like, you know, not too long before the fight. His trainer's daughter died or something like that, you know, and he had all that stacked on him, and that was just more motivation to win. So for me, that was his night, and that's what I thought about. That's his night. I can't take that away. I can't take away from him. That's his night, and it is what it is. You know, that's his night that night. Imagine
the next one's yours, right?
Exactly. Imagine if I would have won that fight. You know, like, mentally, where would he have been? I don't know Josh Taylor. I mean, I know him a little bit. I don't know him like that. So for me, that's all his night. And, you know, it was just a lot of L's going on. Like I said, I know. And then another thing happened is, what's his name? Luke Campbell had just lost to Lomachenko. You know, Luke Campbell lost to Lomachenko. He lost his father-in-law, and he lost his trainer's sister died. You know, the McGuigan's daughter's sister died. You know, so all that stuff happened, man, and that was a big win for them. I feel like they need that. That was his night, and I mean, I got over that really. I really got over that, like, really fast. Like, it was, you know, a lot of people, they would kind of dwell on their losses and stuff. I really just got over that super, super fast, and it wasn't, wasn't nothing to it.
Well, it's because it was a hell of a fight, and you're fighting like the best there is. This is one of our biggest peeves on the pod is, and I like to hope that it's getting better now with people watching more MMA and stuff, where they get used to people losing. But this bullshit about the O and stuff, it's just like, if you want the best fighting the best, sometimes people are going to lose. Like, would you rather they just fight journeyman their whole careers? Then you're going to complain about that. So, you know, like you said, his night, that night, next time you do it again.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is. I'm not, like I said, I wasn't tripping about it.
Yeah. I mean, like the O anyway, the O should be what it started out as. Like, when someone was actually like undefeated, a Rocky Marciano kind of like, you're like, this guy is a mythical being, even though he's,
Right.
And then like it kind of changed. The Floyd O became the one that everyone wanted to chase, which became like it came like a money zero, isn't it?
Yeah.
As opposed to like an undefeated.
And
it
people
became
would
like
rather
a
irk out that
yeah.
O by fighting people not really of the right caliber just to stay undefeated rather than get in there and mix it with the best.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of how it's been forever. It's kind of been like that for a long time. I talked to Roy about it, and Roy said the business been like that, like that's just that's boxing. That's boxing fans. And MMA, people don't worry about that, but in boxing, it's like you lose and it's like all of a sudden you damage goods, so until you like build yourself back up. So that's how it is, man. I mean, you can't change it right now, and that's just how I go.
Would you consider following Taylor up to 147? Because I don't know how much longer he stays at 140. He's a big boy for 140.
I mean, I think so. I mean, I talked to him. We was all in Dubai. That's the funny thing. We was all in Dubai together. Me and him sat at the same table. Me and him sat on a bus together. We literally
they're doing that trying to get content of you guys, aren't they? They're sitting there giving it secret filming, waiting for you to kick off.
Exactly what they do. Man, we were so the advisor, he told me, yeah, Taylor's not gonna come and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, me and my wife on the bus. He comes walking up. I'm like, oh, this mother. Taylor, he right there walking up. So and then I'm all in enemy territory, right? So it's like, what's the trainer's name?
Ben Davison.
His new trainer. Ben Davison. Yeah. Ben Davison, they was all sitting in the back, like right by me though, not in the back. We was all kind of in the back together, but they sit behind me. Ben Davison with all his fighters, all of them. So, and then he comes walking up and stuff, and it's like, all right. I'm like all the enemy territory, but then he went sit in the back, and then he came back up by me, and we literally talked the whole ride to get where we was going, So we was like sitting together the whole time. And then on top of that, when we went to the event, we sat at the same table. They sat us right across from each other at the same exact table. I was like, all right, y'all definitely doing this on purpose, And I think his name is Lehman.
Better or worse than if that was like an ex, right? Because if it was an ex or Josh Taylor, who you picking? Like the worst ex you had?
No, definitely Josh Taylor for sure. Yeah, definitely Josh Taylor. Not my ex. Yeah, the girls, that's different. But I definitely choose him. I mean, we was cordial the whole time. Like I said, we was on the bus talking the whole time. So I mean, I think we know we'll probably fight each other again. But it's funny, man. Like because I know the media, like they think like all the fighters hate each other, but it's like we kind of like brothers at the same time. We fight each other for money. I was just in the gym with Jose Zepeda, basically. I worked out, and he was coming in after, and it was like, of course you look at each other, and you kind of size each other up. And guess what? Last night I went to I'll post the picture. I was at Mike Tyson's party last night, and as soon as I came pulled up, guess who was there? Teofimo Lopez. And so me and him was all night together. Me and him was like, we was all dancing and having fun and stuff. So it's like all these opponents, I'm faced with them all the time. Every time I go somewhere, these opponents are like right in front of me, and we have fun. We'll have fun and stuff, but at the same time, everybody's kind of sizing each other up. We all kind of sizing each other up at the same time. Me and Teofimo sizing me up. I'm sizing him up, but at the same time, we're having fun. We're playing around at the same time. We was literally together almost the whole night, like talking.
They're not letting him anywhere near you for what 5 fights.
No,
like Teofimo at 140 is probably quite a spectacular fighter. I don't know how he made 135, but it's just not time. It's I don't think so either.
I'll probably be by the time he is ready to step up to somebody like me. I think I'll probably be going up to 147 or something like that. Yeah.
We had Chris Algieri on just before his Triller first show. How did you find Triller? Because it's like from the UK, there's no way for us to access it unless we got like Fight TV or YouTube the next day, whatever. Right.
Right.
How did you find that whole event? I mean,
My,
because
my
the fight ended weird, the event was weird, but it was like still kind of cool, but I don't know why.
Yeah, my manager just found that, man. My manager just hit me up. He was like, you can do, I think I was supposed to do like the Al Heyman thing, the PBC thing, or I can like go do the Triller thing. And, you know, they paid me a lot of money to fight Ivan Redcatch. I was like, all right, I spar with Ivan. Me and Ivan was sparring. He's in LA. Matter of fact, he's in LA too. You know, so it's like me and him, Ivan spar. I was like, really, you gonna pay me to fight him? All right. Like it was no brainer. You know? So I was like, all right, I thought that. So I don't know if it was a bad move or a good move, but like I said, the money it was just too easy, bro. Like it was to fight Ivan, they would pay me. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'll do that.
I mean, where do you think that? I mean, do you think they carry on, or are they?
I
done?
wouldn't think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the whole vibe, the whole energy was just like a party. Like nobody was serious. That's the thing. No, it was
fight,
like
though,
we was walking. It's a fight, but I mean, I think me and Ivan was literally the only pros, like the only real pros. So it was like people was walking. They had like rappers fighting. Of course, Jake Paul fought. They had like this billionaire. He fought. And so, you know, they don't take it.
David Hayes' friend.
Oh
yeah, so they don't take it serious, like, you know, of course, like we do. So it was kind of like a party atmosphere. Every time I went down, I mean, usually like, so fight week, I'm real serious about that, right? I stay in my hotel room almost the whole time until it's time to do media and pictures and all that stuff. But I just stay in my room literally the whole time. So every time I went down, it's just like everybody's walking around, people walking on the street, they just going everywhere. Even Ivan and his wife was just walking all around Atlanta. It's like y'all just, I think y'all think it's a party or something like that, you know? So
I found it like it was interesting to see like Jim Lampley kind of being there. That I think that was Jim Lampley's one. Was that the one that it was like him, Jim Lampley, Snoop, or it was like Al Bernstein and Snoop.
I know
it was just like,
did
like
Lampley
you got
even
these,
do one? I know he was like,
I think Lampley did. He tried to do one, and it's just like, what do you like, bro? Where do you go now?
Yeah, it wasn't Lampley on that one. I think, you know, it's like, man, Lampley couldn't turn down that money. I think, you know, he was like, all right, you're gonna same thing with everybody else. Is like, all right, you're gonna pay me for this. All right, I'll do whatever you say, right? I'll like whatever. And it wasn't like, you know, it was so loose. That's what I'm saying. It was just so loose, just being there. It was so loose. So it was like, all right, that's what you're gonna do. Okay, I guess we'll do it. But it just, the whole thing just kind of felt just
that's what like we were saying. Like we were like, I just hope you guys are getting paid a shitload, because this is some like disrespectful shit to the legit people. Like, you know, fair enough if you want to have your party vibes for the YouTubers and influencers or fucking whatever, but then they mix it up and have guys like you on there. It was like, what the fuck is this? At least like get the commentary that goes with it, like someone who's not fucked up, you know?
Yeah, man, I don't even like looking at that fight on YouTube. My fight, I don't even look at that fight. I know it's on YouTube. I don't even like looking at that fight. It's like Snoop Dogg was commentating. It was like he was just playing around, and everybody. I mean, and they told like the commentators to like curse, you know, be loose and curse. The commentators didn't even sound right cursing, you know, like it was, bro, y'all don't even like y'all. It just didn't even sound right to do that. But do that, I guess they told them to do. I think who else? I think Al Bernstein. Yeah, I think did, and Mike Coppinger and somebody else, and they was like cursing. Like they didn't even sound right to curse. It was like, bro.
They sounded like you know when you're about 14 and you get brave around your mum or your dad, and you're like, I know what, I'm gonna whip out a light shit here, and it's gonna be all right. But you do it, and you're like shit.
Yeah, that was Bernstein for sure.
Exactly, that's how it was. It was like, all right, you know, and it was just like I said, it was a party vibe. It was cool, you know. I think they had a lot of celebrities and stuff, that Justin Bieber and all that was there. My son walking around, all the YouTubers. I mean, I guess I'm getting older now. I don't really know who all the YouTubers are and TikTokers and all that stuff. But my son was going crazy in the ring. I think the girl Charlie D'Amelio was there and her sister, and they like got almost like crazy follows on TikTok. So, you know, he got a picture with them. He got a picture with Justin Bieber. You know, it was cool. They had fun. So, I mean, it was all right.
That's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, you know.
Do you I know we've spoken briefly about the WBA, and I know that's the only one that's got like legit lesser titles than the main one that Josh Taylor's got. Which one is your go-to? Like, if you could pick one of the 4 paths and just say, this is the one I want, which belt is it that you want?
WBC, WBA. That's the ones I had already. You know, I had a WBC Diamond, I had a WBA Super title. So that's the ones I'll go for. WBC and WBA.
Nice.
And that's like, for me, I mean, well, I don't want to talk about the other sanctions about it, but that just, I don't know, that green belt you got behind you, yeah, that you know, in the WBA, it's just like, the WBC is kind of, you know, I guess everybody wants the green belt because it's all in the movies now and all that stuff. And of course, the WBA is the oldest. So, and that's the ones I had already. So that's the ones, you know, I will go for.
I mean, have you made it into Creed 3? Have you done auditions? Have you been part of it?
You know, I could have, but I didn't. Nah. I definitely
Why?
really, really, really could have. I mean, I'm in training camp right now, man. I'm not, I told you, listen, if they don't give me the fights, then I'll stop boxing for acting. But I did 2 movies.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, bro. You gotta, if you want to do one thing in movies, you can't do it. You can't do movies part-time. You just can't, bro. Cause it's like I've been on set, right? And you gotta be on set like, bro, like 16, 17 hours a day. Go back to your hotel room, sleep, get right back up early, and you just there. So you can't be a boxer and be an actor at the same time. You gotta do one or the other. So like I say, I'll do if it's when it's time, then that's what I'll do. But like right now, I don't even want to be an actor, man. I want, like, if I'm in training camp, I want to focus on like training camp. Yeah, I think every fighter, most of every fighters that they you know, they try to dabble into movies and stuff while they was fighting, it didn't go too good. So I don't want to do that.
The gym that you've had made at home, is that like, I mean, we all saw Charlo's gym that's basically bigger than any gym in the UK that he has in the end of his house. Did you go big size and just beat out Charlo?
I'll beat Tyler. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the budget like Twin. I don't have that type of budget. Not yet. So I didn't do that. Like Maul, no. Maul gym is crazy. But my gym is really big too at the same time. My gym is probably bigger than most gyms too. I have in my gym, I have a full basketball court and I have a full boxing ring. I have like all that stuff too. But Maul gym is just like on another level. Like it looks like a LA Fitness or something like that. It's crazy. Like my gym is really big, probably bigger than most gyms people would see. But yeah, my gym is just way bigger than mine.
For now.
I mean, I think I'll keep it that way. I mean, his gym is super. I mean, he has I have a full court. All right, I have 2 goals and I have a full court basketball, but he has a full court, like NBA size basketball court. He has a bowling alley. He has a juice bar. He has like
a throne. He has an
area
area of the house where it's got a throne on it, where he just sits there like a.
Guess what? He have that. I'm not lying.
I know. I saw it in the. That's what I'm saying. I've seen it.
Yeah, he has.
He's giving it the Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah, bro. He has like, Jamal has like everything in his house. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, damn, that's crazy. My wife, like, we go over there all the time. You know, we like real cool. Me and Ma, we kind of grew up and stuff like that. So I'm cool with him. My wife is cool with his wife. Our kids hang together and all that stuff. So we go there, and my wife's like, I don't think I want a house this big. I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. I do. I don't know what you talking about. I will. I'm gonna get the biggest house I can find, you know. And he said he wants something even bigger. He was like, yeah, one day I'm gonna sell you my house and I'm gonna get something. I was like, I don't know. We'll see. Cause I got
you've been here. We could home 8,000 people in your gym by the sounds of it. That's several 1-bedroom flats in the UK. That.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge, man. I'm glad I can do that, you know. Like I literally just wake up and just go outside. That's it. Wake up and go outside. My trainers come to me, all that stuff.
That's what I was about to say. Like, they're like, cool, I just want to come in, we just work here, I'll go home afterwards. Do you like make them some food or?
Sometimes if they want some food, my wife will cook and stuff after the gym. Then after we finish training, then yeah, sometimes that's what we do. My wife will cook for them and all that stuff. But yeah, we have everything though. I have a food facility now in the gym. So yeah, we I guess that's how we do.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for your time. Like, can't wait to see you back out. You're
Hell yeah.
like, yeah, absolute joy to watch. Dude, like, it's hard. You can't not like you. That's the thing. Not even just to hear you chat and as a fighter, it's like really good to have you on, man. You've been on the list for quite a while.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thanks for having me, bro. I'll be back. I'll be back soon, right? Well, I'll be in Dubai, and then I got to. You know what? I need to take a vacation in the UK because, like I said, when I went, it was like I was miserable because I couldn't do nothing too. Like it wasn't really just the weather, but I couldn't do nothing. So I brought when I came, I brought like my friends, and guess what? My friends was having the time of their life, and it was like I got one of my friends here in training camp right now, and he like, man, when we going back to London? And I like couldn't stand being there, but they had it's all perspective, right? Because they had so much fun. They was on Tinder with girls. They had girls because they had so I was in the room with my trainer. I had an Airbnb and with my trainers. So we wasn't doing nothing at all. Like it was super boring. We wasn't doing nothing. But I had I had an Airbnb for my friends. It was 3 of my friends and my dad. My dad was even on Tinder doing all that stuff. So literally they meeting girls. Listen, they're meeting girls every night. I'm like, bro, and they telling me we just meet in the gym in the morning, and that was it. So we meet in the gym in the morning time, and they telling me, yeah, we did this, and I'm like sitting there reading a book at night, miserable, and they like with different girls every night. I'm like, bro, like really? Yeah. So I mean, my friend can't wait to go back.
If you come in the summer, you may have a considerably better time, but we're rolling the dice whether it's the summer or not. You know,
if I come for fighting, then I'll probably be miserable again. But if I come for vacation, I'll definitely have fun for sure. Because even after the fight, I went out like I stayed a few days later. I stayed like maybe 2 days later. So I went after the fight. I think I fought on a Saturday, so I went out like Sunday or Monday or something like that. And then I went out and we had fun. Like me and my friends, we had fun and stuff. Because I brought like a bunch of my friends from New Orleans. So we had a whole bunch of fun. We met a lot of people, and it was crazy, man. People knew me everywhere I went. People knew who I was, and I'm like, how? I'm not
because we're a fight nation. This is it. It's a fight. It is a true fight. Like a lot of people come here and they're shocked that so many people have fans. Like it's common.
True. The first thing I did when I got off the plane, we went to the mall. At the mall, as soon as I got in, the security guard knew exactly who I was. What's up, Regis Prograis? Your program? I'm like, how? Like I'm thousands of miles away from my home. How do you even know me? And I was walking around the mall. People knew who I was. Matter of fact, I was in Plasto. That's the
area. Yeah.
And it's a place, yeah.
Yeah. So we was running on the street, walking on the street and stuff. And these dudes was like, hey, champ, what you doing in Plasto? Champ, why are you in Plasto, champ? Like, what you doing over here?
There you go.
Like crazy. We walking on the street, people know me. I was like, all right, I guess.
You never seen like the YouTubes when Floyd when he used to come here and he would go to like Peacock's gym or Repton or something. It's just like it's like a boy band concert. Like it's out of control.
Yeah, that's
people
crazy,
just want to touch.
Exactly. It was cool. Though.
Make sure you come back, champ.
I will. I definitely will. Probably for vacation though, not to fight.
Yeah, done.
All right, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks so
Best of luck for March.
All right, brother. No problem. Have a good day.
Take care, bro.